Imagine a simple hand gesture sparking a national outrage in the world of rugby. That's the explosive reality of Thumbgate, where the Ireland-South Africa rivalry's mask has finally come off. If you're new to this sporting drama, picture two powerhouse teams clashing not just on the field, but in the hearts of millions. But here's where it gets controversial. Was it innocent or intentional? Stick around, because this incident is about more than a smirk. It's reshaping how we see global rugby rivalries. For the last 7 years, Rassie Erasmus, the head coach of the Springboks, has mastered the art of tuning out the noise from the outside world. It's been his secret weapon in building a legendary team. Whether fans from other countries adore or despise his squad, it doesn't faze him. All that truly counts is the love and respect he gets from supporters at home. But in the chaotic aftermath of a heated match in Dublin, where South Africa edged out Ireland with a 24-13 victory that didn't fully capture the intensity of the game, Erasmus flashed a double thumbs up to the crowd, accompanied by what many saw as a sarcastic grin. We're living in an era where every facial expression, every subtle hand signal turns into a viral sensation. Erasmus quickly brushed it off, insisting he was just expressing gratitude to South African fans nearby. Take his word for it or not, the bigger picture is undeniable. This encounter between South Africa and Ireland, once a casual fixture, has now ignited into a full-blown grudge match. And this is the part most people miss, the core of why Thumbgate matters so much. Erasmus's thumbs might have been aimed at supporters, detractors, or no one specific, but they undeniably spotlighted a simmering truth both countries have been avoiding. This game carries real weight now. South Africans might not ever hold the Irish in the same high esteem as the All Blacks, and the Irish might not harbour the same deep-seated animosity toward the Springboks as they do toward the English. Yet that's almost beside the point. Anyone following the fallout from what we're calling Thumbgate can see the stakes have escalated dramatically. A decade ago, this matchup was just another date on the calendar. Now it's etched into the soul of rugby. It resonates emotionally, psychologically, and in the very identity of these teams, who've been battling to prove they're the top dogs in world rugby during this cycle. They've approached this rivalry differently, revealing deeper truths about the sport. Is it wiser to wear opponents down with relentless, precise attacks, like an endless series of calculated moves? Or should you charge forward with brute force, like a stampede of unstoppable beasts? In the narrow lens of fervent fans, there's room for only one right way. Anything else feels like blasphemy. For much of rugby's modern history, this debate wasn't even on the table. South Africa operated in a league of its own, collecting World Cup trophies while Ireland racked up close calls, making slow but steady gains. Their meetings were cordial, with no real friction or sense that one blocked the other's path. But sports have a knack for shifting dynamics. Ireland's carefully crafted ascent, fueled by key victories and a system built to dismantle even the toughest foes, clashed head-on with a revitalised Springbok team under Erasmus. This squad has reclaimed its raw physical edge while weaving in strategic cunning and a hint of ruthlessness. Then came the upsets. Ireland's narrow 19-16 win in Dublin back in 2022, followed by a 13-8 victory at the World Cup the next year. South Africa's slim 7-point home triumph felt like a comeback, but their 24-25 defeat in Durban soon after exposed a growing gap. That's why this recent clash wasn't merely about the score. It was a powerful declaration. The Springboks didn't just secure the win, they dominated in a manner that left lasting imprints on Irish players' bodies and minds, affecting the entire Irish rugby community. The scrum became a relentless battleground, a crushing force that overwhelmed Ireland's once strong forward line until it cracked under pressure. Ireland, who have long argued that smart, precise play can overcome sheer strength, were confronted with something primal and unyielding: The Springboks didn't outsmart them. They overwhelmed them physically. Consider the key moments. Sasha Feinberg Mungomazulu miraculously escaping a yellow card for a tackle that grew more questionable on repeat viewings. James Ryan tackling with desperate, almost exasperated vigour, hinting that Ireland sensed the momentum slipping. A flurry of penalties, including a penalty try, and wave after wave of scrums right under Ireland's goalposts. These weren't random events. They were signs of a match that devolved into raw, instinct-driven combat. Andy Farrell, the iconic coach known for moulding a team in his own fierce mould, was sidelined to the sidelines, forced to witness his squad's systematic breakdown. Yet Ireland deserves massive praise. Their defence, often overshadowed by the storyline, was heroic. At one point, they repelled the reigning World Cup champs with just 12 players on the field. What drove them? Loyalty to their nation? Professional dedication? Or perhaps a deep-seated resentment? A refusal to let anyone from the Southern Hemisphere barge into their territory and wreck the place? For beginners in rugby, think of it as channeling the spirit of ancient warriors, holding the line against impossible odds. Hatred can be a potent fuel, and maybe, just maybe, their relationship has reached that fiery stage. This matchup has evolved from a quirky calendar note into a profound vote on rugby's essence. And here's the controversial twist neither side wants to admit openly. They now depend on each other. Ireland relies on these games to prove their remarkable progress, while the Springboks need them to feel the thrill of the chase, reminding them they're not invincible. Sure, Thumbgate might seem trivial, childish, or exaggerated. Perhaps Erasmus was gesturing to someone entirely unrelated. The details, unimportant. The symbolism, priceless. When a mere wave of the hand can rile up two rugby-obsessed nations, the rivalry is firmly established. And in this saga, the tackles are fiercer, the scores tighter, and the tension keener than ever. These aren't routine games anymore. They're bold statements, and no one is whispering them. What do you think? Did Erasmus's gesture cross a line, or is it all blown out of proportion? Do you believe hate truly fuels Ireland's standout defence? Or is there something else at play? Share your views in the comments. Do you side with the Springboks' dominance, or cheer for Ireland's resilience? Let's debate this rugby rivalry.